I can be such a knife dork. Seriously. Obsessing over little details, little things that annoy me, trying to fix them in my workshop. I just spent an hour trying to fix one of them on several Spyderco models. Yes, I'm going to call it a deployment problem of sorts. I'll explain what I mean as the video goes. But I was so excited about the mod I came up with that I am rushing to this camera trying to tell my team peers about this mod. What a dork. You're excited about this little tiny thing on a folding knife. Golly, I know, it's just how I am. Maybe you can relate. I love it though. It's fun and I like solving gear problems. I'm a systems guy. A knife is a system, a watch is a system, a gun is a system, and they all have problems. They all have quirks, and the more I can iron those quirks, those problems out, the happier I am. The channel's based on that, basically. Systems. You know, talking about manufacturer systems, our own systems, developing stuff, both for law enforcement, military, civilian, sheepdogs. There you go. Yeah, I'm a knife dork. And I love Spyderco, dude. Love it. If you're going to gear check me, probably there's an 80% chance these days that I'm going to pull out a Spyderco blade on the gear check, not set up. There's a reason I carry so many Spidey blades. It may be my favorite brand ever because of that. I mean, you can have a second cool brand, right? Hey, what's your favorite knife? Well, you know, I like it's still here. It's been living here for a while. The Halo by Microtech. It's so cool. But are you EDCing this every day? Chances are, no, you're not. It's cool. It's second cool for sure. But I think maybe when you talk about your favorite brand ever, it should be the one you carry the most. For me, and perhaps you, it's Spyderco. I mean, what are you carrying right now? What's in your pocket right now? While you're watching this video, wherever you are, home, maybe at work. Well done, by the way. Lunch break. What's in your pocket? Spyderco, I bet. Well played. We're going to get to the details. I'm going to cover the value lineup again. It'll be kind of a 2-for-1 video. But first I'm going to cover what's on the table. This is a 1/72 scale ME262 by a company called Easy Model. It comes ready built. It is made of plastic. It's not a toy. Don't give it to a kid. He's going to snap it immediately. It's delicate. It is a display piece. And man, is it cool and pretty affordable. I'm rolling toys and models in my reviews because this is a guy channel. It's a gear review channel. Knives, guns, jet aircraft. Oh yeah, this is my dad's OV-10 patch, by the way. He flew 2 tours in Vietnam, OV-10 guy. F-100s, he flew some other stuff too. Miss you, Dad. ME262 though, dude, it could have changed the war. Had it been employed correctly by Hitler. Yeah, he wanted to use it as a bomber. And they actually, the Luftwaffe guys basically overrode Hitler's order to use it as a bomber. And they did use it as an interceptor fighter against the B-17 formations. It was late in the war though. There weren't too many of them. They were actually used in that manner. Good thing, because it would have extended, I don't think, won World War II. Had they had like 1,000 ME-262 aircraft with upgraded motors, because the motors were problematic. They were, you know, first generation jet technology, but if they had upgraded the motors in the ME-262, dude, the Allies would have had a rough go. We would have lost a lot more planes. The war would have just been extended, I don't know, a year, 2 years more. We would have countered with, you know, equal technology. We had jet technology coming online as well. Germans weren't the only ones. So were the Brits. The Brits are actually leading us with their, I want to say their Meteor came out. I love this paint job too. Look at that. Can you imagine a knife handle with this? This dappled camouflage off the ME-262. I've always thought this plane looks like a shark. It has a shark profile right here. Super cool though. Anyways, and here's one of the counters, a P-51D Mustang in sky blue. Look at how it blends with that tabletop, dude. Oh, that is cool. This is also 1/72 scale, yellow nose. The Allies did that later in the war because they're just, you know, it's just a squadron thing. So did the Germans. This one doesn't really represent it, but they just paint bright colors. They're like, yeah, here we are, come up, we dare you to fight us. I really like that, by the way. Notice the smoke trails from the Browning 50 cal machine guns. The P-51D carried 6 of them, and not cannon. Cannon for the German aircraft. We did machine guns. We finally got smart and equipped with cannon in the Korean War, and actually late in World War II. Certain aircraft like the P-61 Black Widow had them. Oh my gosh, I'm turning this into a plane review. Sorry. Anyways, this cool tabletop decoration. SIG P365. Yeah, that thing's, I'm not going to say it. You know what it is. It's a really awesome pistol. Spyderco Sage, we'll mention that. This is an M50 by Momentum. Very cool dive watch. It has some quirks. I'll cover it in the tabletop review. And the official review watch, I'm getting to the knife, relax, is the Aviate Hawker Harrier 2 4040 series. This is an automatic Flieger style of watch. Oh, it's so cool. It is so cool. This is a Miyota automatic movement. $100. $100. Okay, on to knives. I know. Let me review. I did say it's a 2-for-1 video. It is. Let me review some of my favorite value knives. And actually, I have all of them here today. A rarity. I'm going to start off with a very small, very compact, very cool Spyderco Ambitious. Do you have one of these? Look how tiny that thing is. These are all in limited edition blue. I forget where I got them. The black G10 versions are out there for sure. Next up is a C136 Persistence. Oh, that's cool. Just slightly bigger. Also in blue. And then we have the ever beloved Spyderco Tenacious. The one that cut me up in the day. Not this exact one, but one like it. All featuring 8CR13 MOV steel. C122. Yeah, I finally got smart and engraved them. Because as I mix these up, I always know what the Tenacious looks like. I mix these two up though. The Ambitious and the Persistence, they're like, oh, which is which? So I had to engrave them. They're just cast members. I do carry them. God, that looks cool. 3 blue knives. And sadly, the largest isn't in blue. It's just a standard black. And it is going to be the Resilient C142. Make sure I'm getting that right. I am. This is a large tactical blade. Oh, there is a mini Spyderco collection you should probably own. Affordable. Totally affordable. Ambitious, Persistence, Tenacious, Resilience. Great, great blades. I've covered them a lot. Each one has its own tabletop review in one way or another here in TMP. I've been doing reviews on them, I think, since like 2009. That's not all though. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more Hall of Fame Spyderco blades to show you. I'll do that as the video goes on. Trust me. But remember this. I said I carry Spyderco more than any other blade. There's a reason for this. Have you figured it out? We could talk about First Cool, the design, the blade steel, shape, SAWC. All that stuff is true. But there's another reason. And you're looking at it right now in this value lineup. They're all wearing it. That is correct. The zip tie modification. That's why. Because that makes the blade waveable from your pocket. It auto deploys. Single-handed operation by the simple application of a single zip tie. No, I didn't come up with that modification. It has been out there forever. I think most Spyderco users do this modification. Works good with most models. Now in some KRVs, I do level a criticism. And I'm going to show you this native to make the point. This is a Cutlery Shop Special Edition Orange Native. Eat your heart out. I think Jeff has sold out of it. It's gone. Man, is it a great blade. Great blade. It has a couple quirks though, and one of them I said in the review is this. This very narrow dimension on the Spyderco hole. See this? That makes it pretty much impossible, well, not impossible, but difficult to apply the zip tie modification to it. So when I say there's a deployment problem with some models of Spyderco blades, this is what I'm talking about. That you can put a zip tie on there, but you're going to find that it rotates and spins around, and it's not reliably placed. And there's several models that have this problem. The Native is one of them. Now, in past videos, I've talked to this just a little bit, and some TMPers said, well, there are some whole deployment devices that people have made that you could get on eBay. And I did look at those. I didn't see any currently. I think the dude or people that were making them don't make them anymore. But they were expensive. They were overpriced. They had funky colorations. They were bulky and goofy looking. I think a market still exists for inexpensive deployment devices to fit in a wide variety of Spyderco holes on their folding knives. I haven't seen it. Maybe I missed it. It may be out there, but it really doesn't matter because the mod I'm going to show you, you won't have to even spend that money. It's going to be so cheap and I think effective. It is. So the native has this. This dimension is very narrow. Now if we look at the resilience, you don't have that problem because you have a larger span of steel at the top of its Spyderco hole. See that? So this zip tie can lock in and it stays in position. I mean, yeah, you cinch it down really tight. I'm going to show you the style of, or the brand of zip ties that I'm currently using, but you need a big zip tie like this, where the locking block is large enough to catch on your pocket. But yeah, it locks in perfectly. And all the value knives it locks on, from, you know, the ambitious, persistence, tenacious, no problem. I've had problems with a paramilitary. This one spun around on me because it has the same problem. Very narrow span. This one I finally got to stay in position. I think I put some super glue under it and I tightened it really tight. I found a zip tie that has some give to it, some flex, and so it is locked in position. And it does have a lot to do with which zip tie you put on your knife, your Spidey blade. Gotcha. There's one of those 9 blades I'm showing you. Love this knife. Freaking awesome blade. God, so cool. This is my favorite carry blades because it serves a role of both EDC and tactical blade at once. It deserves a place of honor on the table, I think. I'm going to have to compress these knives because there's more blades coming. So that one had a problem with it. What do we have? Oh, the Endura 4s. Here's a coated one from the TMP workshop. Tactical Doodle did this in the day. Man, that's a good looking paint job. And I went with a yellow zip tie, and this one's locked in because we got enough real estate here to lock it in. Although on some Enduros I've had them rotate and spin around. Here's one in brown and silver. Super cool. Here is a Spyderco Junior, a perfect backpacking blade. It has the zip tie mod, and this one's locked on, no problem. Trust me, I'm getting to the mod. Just showing a couple things. Mannix 2, that one's locked on. And there's some others where it's going to be problematic. Here's a Cali 3.5. It's just this dimension right here. Okay, I think I made my point. So here's what I came up with, and I'm going to roll in some footage taken just from my iPhone of stuff I tried. I was like, you know what? Maybe if I wrapped, where is it? Some copper wire in there, and then I zip tied over that, it would help. And so I carefully wrapped some copper wire in the hole, trying to, you know, make that dimension bigger, and then I put the zip tie over it. Did it work? Nope, still spun around. Tried super glue, locking it in place, didn't work. I actually even tried a bolt modification, and that was a disaster. It added weight to the knife. It looked ridiculous. The bolt, you know, hooked on the pant pocket, and it got caught. Such is the nature of experimentation. You learn by doing. You know, you'll eventually find out what works. And I think I finally came out with a solution. Now, let me give you a caveat. This is new in this modifications life, so as you guys do this, come back to the video, put in comment of how it worked for you. I've only ran it a very short while, so maybe there's some surprises and I could be completely wrong. But this seems like it's working. The first thing I did is took 2 of these washers. These are bonded neoprene washers. A company called Blue Hawk makes them. If I can find the Amazon link, I'll put it below. You buy a whole package of them. You'll use them for all kinds of things. I use these things I use them for everything, like motorcycle windscreens. And here's what they look like. They're galvanized steel, actually zinc plated steel, and they have a bonded neoprene back to them. It's really a cool washer, and this is why this is so cool. It will lock in place on the Spyderco hole, and this is what results. Here comes a Spyderco Domino with a modification. This is Last Suspect's blade. Oh, dude! Knife dorkiness. I love it. So I put 2 of those bonded neoprene washers on each side. No glue, no super glue. I put my zip tie through and I freaking cranked it down. And this is what results. It seems like it's locked in position. Nice. Nice. And this is a flipper design. So it really doesn't matter that the hole isn't there for deploying. I mean, I guess you can still deploy it and lock under that. You can get traction there, but it's not ideal. You are occluding your Spyderco hole. That's what I'm saying. And we've all occluded the hole before, you know what I'm saying? Flipper design though, it comes right out. Oh, that is sick, bro. Look at that. Yeah, I'm excited about it. But this is one of those knives also where the dimension is relatively thin. The Domino. Oh man, that excites me. Now my daily carry today is a Mannix 2 lightweight, also a Cutlery Shop Orange special edition. This in S90. There's the modification there, bro. Solving the Spyderco deployment problem. Look at how that locks on. The problem this would have before, and I'm speaking from experience, years of carrying the Mannix 2s, this would rotate everywhere. And I tried all types of zip ties, even the one I have on the paramilitary. It wouldn't lock on. There's just something about the geometry and all the stuff I talked about. It's just spinning. And I try to auto deploy it, wave it from the pocket. Nope. This is reliable. Now, it's not, you know, totally factory in appearance, but I think it looks a lot better than some other modifications, and I think it's going to work. You won't scratch your blade up because, again, that's the neoprene going against the blade. It's easily removable. If you get sick of it, you just snip it off. Done. And it's going to cost you all of about 10 cents. 10 cents! That's a bargain, bro. Look at that. Now, I did mention the type of zip tie I'm using. This is, and I'm right-handed, so I have my tip down clip situated, and then I put my locking block on, that's what I'm calling it, on the zip tie on that side. And as a right-hander, I come out with a pocket, boom, it waves. That's why I carry Spydercos. Beyond the other reasons, but there's a lot of reasons. They're a great blade, everything. The blade shape's perfect, the steel, the sharp jimping on most models is really excellent. They're lightweight, tension wire clip, all thumbs up. But the wave ability of a Spyderco is why. That's why. Here's the zip ties that I used and I have been using. And it's not the only company, so don't fixate on the company. Utilitech. 500 count. If you can find UV resistant ones, that's perfect. I'll look in Amazon and see what they have. This is what I use right here. And you can get them in black if you don't like, you know, a white zip tie. On an orange blade, I don't really care. Here comes a Delica with yellow. I have a couple more blades to show you. And this one's sticky because we Cerakoted it, so I haven't broken it in yet. Or re-edged it yet. Oh, that's a good looking blade. With that yellow zip tie, this one's locking on good so far. I'm not going to gratuitously do this mod. If a knife doesn't need it, I'm not going to do the mod. It's more complexity. I already showed you the Cali. And the Sage, actually, I haven't put it on because this is mostly a collectible for me. I'm not EDC in this. The frame lock Sage. I think you're carrying a Spyderco too, right now, while you watch this video. Well, if you can. I mean, you might be at work and some guys' work doesn't allow them to carry any type of blade. I get that. But if you can carry a blade, I bet you're doing a Spyderco right now. And there's your mod, solving the deployment problem of sorts with certain Spyderco blades. Try it out. Come back to the video. Tell me how you like it. Nutnfancy.